Okay. Okay. How can I start? What can I say? Uh, so y'all, how you doing? It's your boy Anthony in the building. Yeah. Oh yeah. Just want to tell my, what I'm saying, tell my testimony. How how I got saved. How how the Lord saved me. Uh, so I'm gonna start off from the beginning. I'm gonna try my best to, you know. So let me see. Damn. All right. So let me see. How can my story start? All right. So we started off was what can I say? So I was actually born. I was born in April 23rd, 1998. Yeah, I know. I'm old. I'm old. You know, teenagers called us old, but we're not. We just call young adults. I'm actually 27. Um, so back in 1998, I was actually born. Probably like, I had to be born early, so I was supposed to be born like probably like, I say probably like 3 or 4 months later, but I got born early because something happened with close my door. I just get back to it. So back in 1998, of April 23rd, I was supposed to be born uh, probably like a month or two later, but something happened with, something happened with my mother, where she had me in her, in her womb, and I guess it was like an accident with I guess somebody hurt her some way called which caused me to be born early. So so when I finally got out of my mother's womb, what happened? I don't know what that is. All right, so the year was 1998, which I was born. April 23rd, 1998. That's when I was born. Uh, it was like a something happened with me. My mother was pregnant with me, which caused me to be born early. Um, when she gave birth to me, they said I came out blue. Uh, the doctors took me away and everything. Uh, they said I had like some type of bacteria disease or something. I guess it was something eating up my stomach. My brain wasn't acting right. Uh, I actually got asthma. I was actually born with one lung. Well, actually two lungs, but one of them is small. One of them is small, and the other is whole. Even to this day, there's one that's real small, like a child's lung, and there's one that's actually full adult lung. So I was actually born with one whole lung and one small lung, and that caused me to get tired quick. Even when I wasn't like when I was young, I used to always get tired quick. I couldn't play sports or none of that. Um, and I had like some little bacterial disease. I forgot the name of it, uh, but it was something that was eating up my stomach. And yeah, let me show y'all. Let me show y'all how it look. Excuse the fat. I'm currently losing weight. All right, so don't judge me. So this that right there. Yeah, yeah, to cut up my stomach because it was a bacteria eating me from the inside. So I had to wear like a colostomy bag from birth all the way to I say about three, like 2 or 3 years old. Yeah, like somewhere like that, 2 or 3 years old. So I had to wear a colostomy bag from a baby all the way to like 2 or 3 years old. Uh, so yeah, me and the moms went through a lot. You know, I always just kept getting sick. They said, they said I had died like 3 times, and I was actually born inside. I had to be inside a NICU. I'm gonna show y'all what a NICU looked like. I don't know if y'all know what that is. I'm gonna show you what I was actually born there. Cause I was so sick that they had to put me in there. I was like very small, like very, very small. Very small. So they had to, sick that they had to really put me inside one of these things. It's so fragile and stuff. Uh, um, yeah, that's basically why they had to put me in the NICU because I was like barely sick. Doctors saying, telling her, my mother that, Miss Richmond, your son, he won't be able to make through this. He won't, die. Uh, you know, my mother ain't going like that. Definitely, her parents, her mother and father, they wasn't going like that either. They let them know, like, man, he's like, man, y'all not God. Who y'all to say who gonna live or die? And thank God for my grandfather because he was actually in the army, and he got me sent to like a very special kid, children with special needs. So basically Children's Hospital, and this all happened in 1998. So they had to actually put me inside a helicopter to get me to a different hospital. And for those who join in, y'all, if y'all want to hear the story, go all the way back. But yeah, they had to fly me in a helicopter and everything since when I was a baby, because that's how bad I was sick. And I was so sick that they had to put me, like I said, the NICU and everything. And mother took care of me and everything. You know, so let's go ahead and go back to. Let's go ahead and go to. Let's go fast. Let's fast forward. So I want to make this not too long. But just know that first thing I've been through was pain. And let me tell you this. Um, I think this is probably like back in. I don't know what year, but I believe the age I was probably like 3. I think I was about like 4 or 5. This when I was like 4 or 5. The first, I don't know if any of y'all remember. I don't know if any of y'all remember like a time. The first memory y'all had of life. I don't know if y'all ever do. If y'all do, um, but my first memory of experiencing life was back when I was 5 years old, and I remember just walking down the steps. It was a real bright and sunny day. I remember just running down the steps, just excited to go outside. And then the first thing that happened to me was a freaking nail. A nail went through. A nail went through this foot, and it went like right here. Good thing I ain't stepped deeply into that nail, cause that joint would have fractured like a bone or something. But yeah, that's the first thing. That's my first experience of life. It's pain. Yeah. But this is why I'm telling y'all this. Why pain is important for my testimony. Um, Fast forward again. When you're a kid, you don't worry about anything. I remember I lost my first fight. I remember losing my first fight, man. That joint was painful, but hey, that happened to a lot of people, man. Everybody lose their first fight and everything. Uh, I remember, I had rejection before, had little girlfriends and all that. Um, but I want to go to how the Lord saved me. So I remember the first time I actually tried to commit suicide. I think I was probably like, I'm 27 right now. I think I was like 21 at that time. I tried to commit suicide. Wait. I'm gonna go back to school. When I was in school, I used to get bullied a lot, like crazy. Being called ugly, retarded, things like that. So that really messed up my self esteem, or you know, it just had a huge impact in my life. Um, but not just outside of school, but not also, but also out of school, I used to get, treated wrong. Um, but yeah, just being picked on and stuff, it really took a huge impact in my life. Um, but nice to take my anger on other people. I used to take my anger on other people, and just because what was happening to me, like most people do, like most bullies do. Most bullies do. They take their anger on others because what they're going through. So that's the only way they know how to handle it. So to let other people feel pain. So I used to do that stuff. Um, so just I think I say like high school was worse for me. High school was way worse for me, being picked on and stuff. Um, but fast forward to that. I remember back in like middle school. This show you how how the devil will like really try to get you to do things. Because I was getting picked on so bad that just know that somebody, family member, had like dropped their gun somewhere, and I was about to actually take the gun and kill, just you know, hurt the person that done something to me. But God stopped me at that moment. I remember I tried to commit suicide at like 21 years old. I believe I was 21 or 22 at that time. I tried to commit suicide. I was about to call, my big head brother. And, you know, I had like a pair of scissors like right there by my neck. I was crying and everything. You know why? Just cause, people gossiping about me, talking about me and stuff. Y'all gotta realize this. I used to have like people's words used to be in my heart, you know. So yeah, I was messed up. Mentally, physically, I was like really messed up. Um, I had, a lot of rage in me. I had a lot of hate. Um, I had a lot of hate towards, my family and them. And, something. I think my family also, because they try to teach me how to socialize with people, how to talk with people. Um, they just gave me the ropes, man. Just teach me how to grow as a person, but nothing could work. They try to, take me to therapy. They said I went to therapy. Therapy couldn't work. They used to give me like pills. It used to help with my anxiety, but it never filled it up. Like, it was just a temporary feeling. It wasn't like forever. And then stop that anxiety or nothing like permanently. Um, so I used to take a lot of pills for depression and stuff. I used to go to therapy a lot. Um, I used to try to fit in with different crowds, like be around gang members and stuff like that. Um, I used to try take drugs like different type of drugs, smoke weed and everything. I used to try to drink. I used to try to just get drunk a lot. I used to just party and everything. Yeah, I used to like do like a lot of partying and everything, but it just wasn't my thing. But really, I was just doing it because I wanted to do something. I wanted something to feel to remove that void that was in my heart, that void, that feeling that I kept having. Just and I was being somebody that I wasn't. You know, I had jealousy. I had jealousy in my heart towards my own siblings because they used to get attention by they used to get attention by like men and women. They used to get like compliments by men and women. Um, while me on the other hand, rejected, ugly, this and that, stuff like that. So I really took people's words to heart. So it really brought like a deep impact in my life. Um, like I said, I used to be filled with jealousy. I used to be filled with anger. I used to just hate people. Bro, like y'all gotta understand, like the hate that I had for people, bro, was like was deep. Like I used to look at people with so much rage. Um, I used to have real bad, like I said, I used to have real bad anxiety. I used to like whenever I was around people, I used to always just gasp for air, or I would like sweat real hard. Y'all know how it is to have a panic attack. I used to have panic attacks and stuff, so that means I used to sweat a lot, breathing hard to breathe and stuff like that. Um, I had self hate. Um, I really hated myself. Like really, I really deeply hated myself because I always believed what the people claimed that I was. Ugly, retarded. You'll never make it in life and stuff like that. I tried going to college, but them panic attacks was happening. I tried so much stuff. Uh, but it seemed like you know, basically, man, I just had so many demons on me, and I didn't even realize it. I had demons on my back, and they was tormenting me. You know, keep reminding me in my head, oh, look what that person think of you. Or why you even try? Why you even trying to go to college, man? You know you ain't gonna achieve nothing in college. You know that. Just you know. It, I just came to that realization that I had demons on my back, and I even know, man. I had so much. I just had so much hate, bro. And I was just hurt. You know. I hated my family because the reason I hated them because they couldn't understand what I was going through. I appreciate them for helping me, but they couldn't understand what I was going through mentally. Mentally, they could not understand what I was going through. You know, I had so much real bad anxiety, bro. Like real bad anxiety. And, I used to just, I used to just like just hide from the world, but like try not to do events and try not to go to like little events and all that. I used to just hide. You know, I try to keep myself isolated from people. Um, but let's go ahead and I want to tell y'all how the Lord saved me from all of that. So this happened about I say about 10 months ago. About like 10, probably like 10 months ago. Yeah, like 10 months ago. Um, I was yelling and just saying how much I hate people. I'm gonna hurt people. Just stuff like that. Um, and that's when and y'all wanna know what's crazy, bro? Y'all wanna know what's crazy, man? God been giving me signs like a lot, and I didn't even notice because I was filled with so much rage and so much hate towards others and myself that I couldn't even see the signs that He was giving me that He was right there. So one sign, my teacher, high school teacher, she was a Christian, and you know, she used to teach us about, she listened to Christian music, talking to us about, about God from time to time. I never used to listen because I had so much hate in my heart. Pastors came to our house. It was a pastor that came to our house back like I say about like 6 years ago. He came to pray over our house. That was God sending somebody right there. Um, the Lord saved me from committing suicide because now that I thought about it, if I had killed myself, I would have been to a worse place. You know, if I would have killed myself, I would have been not in a peaceful place like I thought. Because I thought if I take my life, that I would end up in a better place. But I would. But now that I realized, for me reading the Bible, I would have ended up in hell. That's why I thank the Lord for saving me. There was amounts of times I tried to commit suicide. Because this not my life to take. He gave me this life. Um, so let's go ahead and get back. Let's go ahead and get to but the Lord been sending me signs and everything. And and I think about like I said, like 7 or 8 months. No, not about. I say about 9 months ago. I was arguing. Getting mad. Just had so much hate in my heart towards others, towards myself mostly. And that's when the Lord, He spoke right for my brother. He spoke right for my brother, and He passed me the Bible. I was looking. I was like, what? What you pass me this for? I was like, why you pass me this for? Why I need to read this? And he said, man, hey, just read it. That's all he said. Just read it. That's when I took it. I took that Bible, and for beginners, we don't know where to go. So sorry about that, y'all. So as when you first start the Bible, you don't know where to go. You know, so instead, I just decided to look it up. Like, where should I start reading? Where should I start reading the Bible at? Like, the Old Testament or the New Testament? So they said for beginners, start the New Testament, and that's when I started. I was read. Be honest with y'all, I was just reading it just to read it. I wasn't like really taking it serious. Uh, but as I got done reading it, really I was just cherry picking. I wasn't really taking it serious. But then that's when just that feeling, like basically Lord just like telling me like go back, read again, get back into it, get back into it, read again. So I decided to read again. But this time before I read, I asked him I asked the Lord, can you guide me through this? You know? I asked him, to help me to get through it, to learn those, to learn the words to understand. That's how I started reading the New Testament again. And I'm telling y'all this, man. As I was going through the words, it's like every word, bro, every word that was Jesus' words, his words, every word. It's like the deeper I got into it, into the word of God, the more everything started going away. Like my panic attacks, my anxiety attack, my anxiety attacks, um, depression, self hate, anger, jealousy, um, insecurities. Like everything was just slowly going away. It was some process. Yes, I still got my little jumps here and there, but the thing is that I know I got a purpose. Cause back then I didn't. I was what is my purpose here? I had that mindset where it's like, what is it's getting picked on and talked about, made fun of and stuff. Is that my purpose of being here? You know, and I hated myself so much, bro, that I could not accept when anybody said, "Anthony, we love you." I just couldn't accept it. But like I said, I came to realize those was just demons, bro, in my head. Just messing with me. I just could not accept it. I could not accept that, you know, when they used to say, man, oh man, hey, you look good, man. You well dressed. And I used to be like this. Uh, uh. I used to really be that way, but I was so insecure about the way I looked. I was so I hated myself, but like y'all know how good God is, but I hated myself. I hated looking in the mirror. When I used to look in the mirror, I used to just I didn't even know who I was, bro. That's how deep it was, bro. Like I didn't even know who I was, who I wanted to be, or what was my purpose here. I just didn't know. That's like I said. That's why I got deeper and deeper into the Bible. The Lord was just pausing. Was helping me get through it, helping me to understand, teach me to, help me understand the gospel, the good news, uh, what He done for us. And as I came to that understanding, I just got on my knees and just wept, like I cried, not just because of what He healed me from, but because of what He done for us. It's not just because of what the Lord what He done for me personally, but for what He done for all of us in the world, bro. Like that's, and I literally just got on my knees and I wept. I literally just cried like a baby, bro. And I cried and I was filled with joy. Um, I just felt like that young man again, that young Anthony, that carefree Anthony that didn't care about nothing. When I was a kid, I used to I didn't care about what nobody thought or nothing. Oh boy, y'all gotta realize, boy, how good the Lord is, man. Like, like the Lord will I drag me out of that darkness I was in. I was deep in it, bro. Like I had so much hate towards my family, towards myself, towards other people. When I look at nature, when I looked at nature, I couldn't even I was like, man, what? I used to have that type of attitude. Like, I used to fight a lot, all that, bro. You know, and that's when the Lord replaced the words of people's words from my heart, and replaced it with His. Now, like now, bro. Now, when people say bad things about me, I see it as a good thing. And I pray over them. I don't get angry. I pray over them. Um, that's what the Lord do. That's what the Lord do. He gives you a heart. He takes away your heart of stone and turn it to a heart of flesh. That's what I had back then. I had a heart of stone, and He replaced it into a heart of flesh. So now, when I see things in a different way, He opened my eyes and my mind, and now I see things in a different way. I see people in a different way. I see myself, my family. I'm more appreciative now. When I wake up in the morning, I'm just happy and I'm thankful, grateful. Um, yeah, man, it's just a blessing, bro. Um, but yeah, man, that's how the Lord saved me, bro. And when he said a verse that really touched me. He said, which Jesus said, "Come to me, all who weary and are heavy burden, and I shall give you rest. Take this yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lonely in heart, and you shall find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Bro, when I read that, bro, I literally cried because it's because I'm like, I finally found somebody who understands me, and who understands the pain that I'm feeling. Yeah, man. Like I'm really grateful every day just to wake up. Not a lot of people get to wake up in the morning. Uh, yeah, man. Well, yeah, though, man. I'm just like, you know, just all that pain that I've been through. Being bullied. For me being bullied, for me being in that NICU when I was a baby. Um, being rejected and mocked and stuff like that. Like all that pain that I've been through, bro. For me trying to commit suicide, for me when I used to always get drunk, when I used to be rejected by people, when I used to feel with jealousy, all of that pain that I've been through only brought me to Him, and that's one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. Is coming to Jesus. That's the best decision I ever made in my life, and I made a lot of dumb decisions, and decisions that I really regret. But coming to Jesus is one of the best decisions I ever made because he helped me to understand who I am and what He done for us. He helped me to love myself. He helped me to love others. He helped me to love my family, how to appreciate life, how to see life in a different way, the beauty of life. Just seeing the birds, the sky, the trees, touching the grass. Like, come on, like we just gotta appreciate it. Like, we gotta appreciate it, bro. Like he basically opened my eyes, gave me a new heart, a new mindset. No, and it's. But I'm trying not to cry, y'all. I'm trying not to, bro, cause Yeah, man, y'all don't realize it, man, how much all the stuff I've been through, you know, no rejection after rejection, jealousy. I had a lot of jealousy in my heart. I was wrathful. I was very angry. I was hurt. But yeah, I think everybody should tell their testimony of how the Lord saved them, because you don't know what it would do. It would impact somebody else. You know, it really would impact somebody else. Um, yeah, man. I'm gangster. It's like, oh man, that's funny. But yeah, man, I'm truly grateful, man. I feel good every single day. It probably have my little ups and downs, but I always go ahead and pray it off. You know what I'm saying? Get those demons off. Um, but yeah, man, life is beautiful, y'all. It really is. Don't take it for granted, man. Y'all appreciate life. See, I'm 27, man. I got some experience, okay? I got some experience, all right? Um, but yeah, man. The Lord is great, y'all. Yeah, we are serve an awesome God, y'all. Like we say, the Lord said, I'll never leave you nor forsake you. Like I said, that really, his words really touched me. You know, because like I said, I felt rejection. You know, had heartbreaks and everything. Man, man. I'm extremely grateful for the life I got. You know, for the people I met. Y'all know what's crazy about before? I never really used to talk to people, but now I'm actually having conversations. I'm a what they call it? What they call it, bro? Introvert. Introvert. Yeah, I think it's what they call it, introvert. That's somebody that like to keep to themselves. Before I met Jesus, I was an introvert, like a real bad introvert. I did not like to talk to nobody, bro. But now I actually talk to people. I look them in the eye. Instead of putting my head down, I look them in the eye and talk to them. And you know that who made that possible? Jesus. Yeah, I couldn't do it myself. He guided me through it. I'm able to talk to people, you know, saying have little conversations. You know, I never used to I never used to do that. I never used to do that. You know, I'm real grateful, man. My head. I'm thankful, man. I'm thankful, bro. I'm really am. This is just the life that I had, bro. You know, most importantly, that I got Jesus in my life, and I'm glad He did into my life. You know, I'm glad I made that decision. But yeah, y'all, that's how the Lord saved me, bro. That's how the Lord saved me, man. Whew. Almost teared up. Oh man. We're gonna listen to some gospel music, y'all. Oh, what? Living with opioid addiction can be oh man. And so this the whole map right here that I've been reading. Reading into it, doing highlights and all that. Ta. Yeah, look at that's so weird. I'm looking at my own phone. See that? It's lit. We're in another dimension. Looking at my own phone. That's funny. But yeah, that was my testimony, man. If anybody missed it, y'all can just go back and check it out. Um, wait. I got this with some music, bro. Some gospel. I'll say. Listen to some music, man. Lift your spirits up. These AI videos are crazy. AI has advanced.
Beardsley Zoo was founded over 100 years ago right here in Bridgeport. You're seeing animals that you can't see anyplace else. You're learning about those animals. When you have that live, face-to-face connection, that's the thing that